place is just amazing. Gear, 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 gear. Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. Today is a special day. Today mastering here at Monoposto, one of the best mastering studios in Germany probably. And I just love mastering days because these are the days where my tracks are finally done. I can't work on them anymore and they're ready for release. We're all done with the mastering. I'm now A and B testing the mastered versus the unmastered version and also against other tracks. I have to say it sounds really good. Yeah, I think that's good. I can't play you more of the track. You will have to wait until it's released on the 1st of September. I'm really happy now that it's finally done. I was struggling with this track quite a lot, more than on any other track, but definitely worth it. It now just sounds good. This was a really good session. The track sounds amazing. It took way longer than expected. Usually mastering is an hour. It's now, yeah, it took almost 2.5 hours. We started talking a lot, and you know, when music nerds get together, there's also a lot to talk about. Back in my studio, I already tested the final mastering. I have to say it sounds really good. And what I really like about the mastering process at Michael's studio is that he also always takes his time with me. He also explains me what to improve for the next track, and that's by far the most important to me, trying to get better with every single release. He gave me one really good tip how to actually get closer to the sound of the pros, how to get more loudness out of my tracks, how to get the balance even better. I don't really have the time to explain it to you today, but let me know if you're interested in that and I will do a video about it tomorrow. Because today I honestly don't really have the time to explain anything. I have to send this track now to the distributor. It should have been there already like 2 weeks ago. I have only 15 more days left until the release, and it somehow needs to get to those stores and do the promotionals kind of stuff. And since I'm also so busy that I can't really answer any comments anymore on YouTube, I thought about just doing the next edition of Q&A. Let's this time actually start with the most recent questions underneath yesterday's video. Cashew is asking me how I made my cable shorter on my DT7070 Pro headphones. I didn't do that on purpose. It's usually 2 meters long, but it broke a couple of times. I have these headphones already for at least 5 years, maybe even 6 years, and I used them a whole lot listening to music on the go. With my mobile phone, I didn't use them as studio headphones. I still use them at home more for listening than producing, because I don't really like producing with headphones, but that's another topic. So yeah, it just broke a couple of times, got it fixed. If you want to do that on purpose, I would advise against it. Just wait for it to break. I still don't really get why they don't have something like these headphones. These are very old Technic headphones, and you can just replace the cable very easily. They probably will never do it because that's like the easiest way to make money. If you want to get your biodynamic headphones fixed, you have to send it to them and pay for a new cable, which is like 40 bucks. Can you tell me where do you get presets for Diva and what are the best preset packs? I don't have any preset packs for Diva. I use the presets that come with Diva, tweak them a little, and usually get the sound that I want. Diva is a pretty simple synthesizer. It's like a classic emulation and very easy to use. But when it comes to synthesizers like Serum, that are a little bit more complex and that use wavetables, I tend to use a lot of preset packs because they also have wavetables in them, and that's actually how you get way more out of the synthesizer. Is it right to put a low cut on the master? Yes and no, not really. I would always advise to do as little as possible on the master chain, because whatever you do there affects everything else. And with the low cut, for example, you just want to low cut certain elements in your mix and you want to be able to independently low cut them. If you just put it on the master, you have to be really gentle, maybe just like 20, 25 dB, maybe 30, but don't go above that on the master. Why is the diffuser still on the floor? He means that big thing back there. It's too heavy. I can't put it onto the back wall. I have to build something that goes underneath, and I still didn't really have the time to take care of that. I'm at the moment just thinking to buy something at IKEA and put it underneath. That's like way cheaper, way less work than building something myself. But I promise one day, hopefully this year, very, very likely this year, the other diffuser will also get finished and both will be on the back wall. Blake is asking, where do you get all of your music for DJing? Do you just buy them on iTunes or is there a website? There is a website called Beatport. It's by far the best, the leader for buying, downloading tracks that are meant to be played in the club. You get a lot of club versions only on Beatport, a lot of exclusive tracks that are club tracks. There's of course also Traxsource and some other stores, but Beatport is by far the biggest and has the biggest collection of music, a lot of exclusive things, but I don't really know how long they will last. I think the second that you start DJing off a streaming service, for example Spotify or Apple Music, or if they allow you to download the tracks and play them with CDJs, Beatport will have an extremely tough time. They try to enter the streaming market themselves, but failed big time. Andy is asking, how does one submit a song for critique? As you know, I'm doing these track submit segments every week or every 2 weeks, where I give you feedback for your tracks. The link is down below in the description. Just click on there to fill out a small form, send me the private SoundCloud link, and I will pick randomly tracks. The next one is probably one of the most asked questions, and that is, how do you get Voxengo to standalone? As you know, I always play you the track in SoundCloud, and there's like the analyzer down in the bottom, and it's not running through Logic or any other DAW. I'm using a program that is called Audio Hijack, and Audio Hijack is really something you should get. If you don't have it, you can record the audio of your computer. You have kind of a virtual output. You can use any plugin between the internal sound and your speakers or whatever is plugged into your computer. I also used to use it when I was watching like videos where the sound was delayed to the actual video. I could use a plugin in between and fix the synchronization. And I also used it a lot while I was using Arc2. That's like a room correction plugin. It basically measures the frequency response in your room and tries to fix it by applying an EQ in between. And with Audio Hijack, I could always have it on. What is your favorite genre in EDM? That's not that easy to answer for me because I like a lot of styles. I can tell you that I absolutely don't like big room EDM, like the stuff that is just kick, a synthy sound, squeaking, like a lot of the Afrojack stuff. It's just annoying me. I don't even know why people like it that much. It really takes all of the emotion out of music and it's just noise to me, and like party, getting drunk, drugs, festivals and all this kind of stuff. I don't really like it. At the moment I'm a little bit into future bass. I like progressive house a lot. That's the music I started with. Tech house, deep house, yeah, basically everything. A lot of you have been commenting that one of the tracks that I presented to you in the track submits isn't actually that well balanced and mixed, and I totally get what you mean, but my feedback is always for the person, and if he sends me a track and writes that he's only making music for 1 year, then I mean it's like good mixing for just producing 1 year. If I would give someone feedback for everything that I hear in a track that is going wrong, the video would be like extremely long. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean it in a mean way, because everyone is starting, but also with my own tracks, if I listen to them, even with the Final Warning track that was just mastered, if I listen to it, I still hear things where I think I could still improve upon. And that's just one of the things I love so much about making music. You will never reach the point where you're just a perfect producer. You will always have room to improve. and this way it never gets boring. Really, almost every day I learn something new, and I learned the most from interacting with other producers. Today with Michael really gave me a whole lot of new input that I will implement into my next track and just make it better than the previous one. What's the name of the first track you ever made? I honestly don't really know. It's somewhere there on my old computer. I actually already made a video where I played it to you, my very first production, if you want to call that a production. Shockwave Music is asking what Nutella tastes like. I can't believe that there is someone that hasn't tried it yet, but it's chocolate, a lot of chocolate, and I think nuts, hazelnuts, and a lot of sugar. There's actually more sugar in Nutella that would actually fit into it. I don't know how they do it, but it's just extremely addicting. That's already it with the Q&A for today. Thanks a lot for all of your comments. I wish I had the time to answer all of them. I'm reading all of them. I'm trying to get back to as many people as possible. And also, if you read a comment where you know the answer to, please help me out and answer it. Business stuff for the rest of the day. I'm all done and so extremely happy. The track is finally at the distributor. I don't have to take care of it anymore. And now I can fully concentrate on making the next song. Walking on the biggest street in town. No car, not behind me, not in front of me. Very strange. There are a couple of things I almost forgot to mention today. Don't forget about the remix contest, the fall remix contest. It will end, I think, on the 26th. Then also, it's still time to send over a community name suggestion. We will do the voting tomorrow.
Nothing to keep for me.